After traveling to Cayo Perico to meet with our cartel friends and give the payment of the last shipment that came into LS, me and a few other prominent figures within the black market thought it would be a great idea to increase the equipment in which we were getting from the cartel. Reason being is because those few investors invested a large chunk of capital in order to make sure the black market had a group of people dedicated to protecting and serving that specific avenue. And the thing that made this group of people different from the original mob era PD was that they were set out in secrecy on specific and private orders, depending on who were paying them. In other words, think of a henchman group of Secret Service members. To bring it full circle, the reasoning for the increase in equipment was to basically be dedicated towards training, arming, and making sure those members of that specific group were solidified.
We have received orders to breach and clear Rogers' scrap yard and seize any products involved in unsanctioned activities. We, the special agents of NIST, were designed and created to designate and eliminate any domestic or foreign terrorist threat towards the community.
With the growing number of arms moving across Los Santos and the development of different militia groups around the state, we gained the responsibility of making sure the mob-era Secret Service was differentiated from all other rebellious groups who wanted to do nothing but just throw rockets and shoot big guns at other people. And to ensure our differences amongst other PMCs, the only way to be recruited into the Secret Service is that number one, you had to already be within the mob era PD. Reason being is because that was the first layer to the insurance policy. Second, you had to be willing to pick up on different skills and tactics that could complement or correlate to the type of work you were going to be doing. Third and finally, you had to understand the business methods of the black market, in which where there's any deal going down, everybody involved feels safe and secured. Another key factor to point out was that the mob-era Secret Service was heavy in the industry of arms trafficking, which played an extremely beneficial business to what the Secret Service was conducting. As the Secret Service started to get more and more developed, them and the mob-era police department start forming tactics in which to catch lower-ranking drug dealers and gang members, and put them in a situation to where they either pay taxes to the black market or be found somewhere dead in their neighborhood with their face being plastered all over breaking news. Hell, even in some cases, there were some guys who planned it on not paying back the black market and thought that everything was sweet until the Black Gestapo gang pulled up. With these type of operations going on, the next most important thing to mention was the ability to keep tabs on any and everything pertaining to the market. From products coming in to shipments going out, anything that had a price tag on it or the use of equipment was to be notified and written off by 2 or more of the prominent figures within the black market. And though this may seem like a bit much, what it really did was open up the avenue to getting into the political side of things, and establishing a diplomatic relationship with one of the newly formed PMCs called War Ready, which played as a militant branch off of the Yakuza, aka Unokai. Establishing these type of relationships could possibly turn the mob era Secret Service and any other group involved into an actual formidable government body that can orchestrate and operate under any form of the umbrella pertaining to the mafia community. Which is why early on, the mob era PD already established a bribery system in which anybody involved in the community could move arms around the map to help with increasing profits or stockpiling weapons in order for the mob era Secret Service to do anything and everything necessary. The next course of action for the Secret Service was to team up with War Ready and create a distribution chain to which the American military will aid in stockpiling some of those weapons and making sure other warehouses were considered black sites and not to be touched by the public.